Everyone talks about the American Revolution being about freedom, but nobody talks about what the settlers did in demanding that freedom. They called it liberty, but the westward expansion was land theft and genocide. Now watch Louis Theroux interview Israeli settlers in 2024, and you'll see the same logic playing out again. Same script, different actors. Revolutionary militias didn't just fight the British. They burned indigenous villages. They chased loyalists off their land. The Declaration of Independence literally calls indigenous people merciless savages. It's right there, line 29. Who counts as people in revolutionary stories? In 1776, it was property-owning white men. In Israel, Jewish settlers have full rights. Everyone else is either invisible or marked as a threat. Every settler revolution invents a moral us that justifies violence against a dehumanized them. 18th century pamphlets, liberty trees, and church sermons were ideological conditioning. Today in Israel, it's nationalist school curriculums, a victim-centric media, and security language. In both cases, settler regimes use repetition and moral language to turn their conquest into common sense. American colonists said they were being enslaved by British taxes while owning slaves. Israel claims self-defense while expanding occupied land. Security, freedom, return. These words are stripped of their original meaning and used as weapons. Language in settler systems doesn't describe reality, it's creating it, replacing it. The American Revolution included scorched earth campaigns against indigenous people. In settler projects, violence isn't a glitch, it's the programming. After 1783, the US pretends that indigenous people never had sovereignty. In modern Zionism, Palestinian memory is often treated as a denial or delusion. Every settler regime depends on erasing somebody else's history and then punishing them for remembering. In both cases, settler violence is semi-autonomous. Militias or mobs or activists. And we talk about them as if they occur in a vacuum, completely self-funded, self-supported. Oh, they're just crazy. But they're shielded by state power, legal grey zones, and bureaucratic delay. The state pretends not to know what its settlers are doing while quietly making it possible. Both systems turn the oppressor into the victim. In the 1770s, it was the British are oppressing us. In modern Israel, the world doesn't understand what we are going through. The moral high ground is weaponized to justify the extreme violence of land theft and genocide. Settlers will always lead with a sob story. It's an attempt to distract you from what they're doing. American founding fathers become these saints, and the massacres get buried. Israeli settlers are framed as pioneers, and Palestinians get branded as terrorists. Memory is controlled. The foundational violence becomes background noise. This is what settler colonialism does. Different centuries, same structure. Violence becomes law. Language becomes a weapon. Victims become threats. Settlers become heroes.